I wanted to dispense with the pleasantries and just get right to it because I want to explain to the people in our audience how much I admire this man. I have made some mistakes in the coverage of his career that I have apologized to him about.
This man looks great.
Yeah, he looks great.
I haven't seen him in a while. He looks fantastic.
He's always looked fantastic. But on top of that, one of the many reasons that I admire him is because what he has done in this community, and often for people that he might feel alone in caring about, because it's hard to get support in this community for anything and anyone. Alonzo Mourning has done some truly epic charitable things in this town, in this community, that I think are a tribute to his legacy even greater than a Hall of Fame basketball career. And I think, and I'm not sure, I don't want to speak for him, but I think he may take more pride in as someone who learned from John Thompson about how to care about people. So anyways, so thank you for always being a pillar of professionalism, even though we in the media and America in general made that hard. And also, you seemed like you were pissed off all the time. You seemed like you were furious, and we were all kind of scared of you. So thank you that charitable soul exists in there, and I'm sorry that we weren't more respectful of a Hall of Fame career while it was happening here in Miami, and you began building what would become Miami Heat basketball. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Hey, it's great to be with you, gentlemen. And, Dan, I've always admired your work. And regardless if we butt heads sometimes throughout my career, but your professionalism and your work is something that I've admired over the years. And I appreciate the kind words during this introduction. It's been a blessing to be a part of the South Florida community for the past 28 years. And you remember when I first came here back in 1995. And it's been exciting to be a part of, and I'm very proud to have been a part of the Miami Heat organization, and which has allowed me to not only be a great basketball player under the leadership of Mickey Harrison and Pat Riley, and to become a champion, but has also created an opportunity for me throughout the years to have a direct connection to our community, which I've embraced the responsibility to try my best to improve it, because, Heat Nation has been a part of my life for quite some time. And it's the fabric of this community that has supported my career, so I feel like I have a responsibility to give back the best that I can. And I've been fortunate enough to develop some amazing relationships, which has allowed me to do that over the years.
Zoe, I'm going to tell the audience, because the kind words are not kind enough, and I do want to talk basketball with him about his career. I want to ask him some other questions, but you've got It's All Overtown Gala this Saturday. You have seen what was promised for Overtown and not delivered to Overtown over 30 years living here, and you, in that community, embedded yourself. And I want people to understand some of the roots of this. So, because you and I have not talked about your upbringing and how much sports helped you, but you are very thankful for the fostering that you got young in life, and you are caring about kids in a community, Zoe, that has so much despair in it, and you keep taking all of the Heat's power to that community and all of your name value and brand that you've created in that community, and you keep doing good there. So I ask you to explain to the audience, from the most heartfelt of places, because you pour yourself into this, why do you do this way? Why does it matter to you this way?
Well, the genesis of all of this, Dan, is, because of my roots with my foster mother and growing up in foster care and understanding the contributions that were given to me, but not just by my foster mom, but coaches and teachers throughout my years, and which has allowed me to become a great basketball player. Their contributions helped me get to where I am today, so I'm very, very fortunate from that perspective. I truly am, very grateful for that, and through that journey, you mentioned John Thompson, and, he was definitely a person that helped mold and develop a mentality that I have in understanding the responsibilities of giving back. Because one day, and Big John would always remind us of this, one day the ball stops bouncing. He always had this deflated basketball on his desk, and it reminded him to remind us as, his players, he treated us like his sons. He said, that don't let really basketball consume you. You use basketball to your benefit. And I feel like that once the ball stops bouncing, you got to use the game to help you create a platform to not only take care of yourself and your family, but at the same time, to give back as well. And the service that we have provided through our foundation embodies all of the contributions that those folks have contributed to my life. And I'm very, very thankful for those angels in my life, and now we're in a position, here we are over 20 years later, with all the services that we provided to the inner city community, to provide educational opportunities for children and families in impoverished areas. And this is something that we want to expand throughout South Florida and beyond. We started off with an 18,000 square foot facility. Now we've tripled the size to a 56,000 square foot facility with a charter school, computer labs, technology centers, STEM labs, art studio, dance studio, music studio, gymnasium, mental health and wellness component as well. We have created this one-stop shop in the inner city, which allows people from the inner city to come and receive a plethora of services that we provide free of charge. And we understand the struggles that a lot of the families that are facing here in South Florida, now that we've seen South Florida change over all these years. It's very difficult to afford to live here.
It's gotten worse. So it's gotten worse. Look, I don't know how you don't feel helpless with some of the work you're doing. Yeah. I don't know how you don't feel a daily despair. I will tell the audience, overtownyouth.org is where you go if you want to help. Alonzo Mourning, for a long time, has been doing important work in this community to try and lift it under some very trying circumstances. But I have a problem on my hands here, Zoe, in that we've talked about the important stuff, the deep stuff, the emotional stuff, and I want people to buy tickets to the event. It's all Overtown. The gala is this Saturday, but I need to speed up, Zoe, because I've got a restless Stugotz who's like, where are my hot takes? Where's my basketball information? And I can see him plotting with Billy back there. What are you two plotting on?
Actually, what we were doing, me and the entire shipping container, was playing a little game of Zoe or No. We have some questions for Alonzo.
Right. Wow. So Alonzo, we've done this correctly. I'm telling people Zoe cares about this community in an unreasonable way. I think only Dan Marino in the history of our city, an athlete, and it's only because he did a children's hospital, has been more giving to our community. It's a staggering thing to say. He is an absolute pillar in South Florida because of how he gives, but they don't want to do this anymore, the charitable stuff. So I've been very nice to you. Like, look, you are someone who is worthy of deep admiration, but now we need the entertainment. So you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, Zoe or No. You understand the game, right? I mean, No is a flat no, and Zoe means yes. Okay?
All right, so we're trying to speed Zoe up, though, right? Attention spans are short, so we want to play back and forth. All right, Zoe or No?
The eclipse, as Dan likes to call it, was overrated. Zoe or No?
That's never overrated. It's a natural spectacle that we all look forward to seeing, and it takes years and years for us to even reach the
An
point
obvious Zoe.
of having an opportunity.
So an obvious Zoe.
Well, no, it's a no.
It's a no.
Because
It's a
he
no,
said it was
right.
overrated.
Yeah.
So it's not overrated.
That's
So it's
right.
not overrated, so it's a
Right.
no.
Okay.
Stay with the game, Dan.
Okay, sorry.
It's not as easy as you thought, yeah.
Very confusing. I'm sorry.
Zoe or no, this year's UConn men's team will be remembered as one of the best in college basketball history. Zoe or no?
Zoe.
No, that's incorrect. No, that's incorrect, Zoe. You don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean? You said they will be remembered as a what? As a great team, right?
As one of the greatest teams of all time.
Of all time, Zoe, get it right. You have to respect the
Let me
Zoe.
understand this question again. Let me understand.
All right, this year's
We thought
UConn's
this was easy, but I guess
team, who won back-to-back national championships, but a totally different
Right.
team, they will be remembered as one of the best in college basketball history. Zoe or no?
Agreed. I agree.
No.
So,
But
no,
I'm not saying it.
But
though.
that's
I mean,
incorrect. You're incorrect. I understand why you agree, but where's
it's his answer, Dan.
it is his
Why is
answer.
that incorrect?
Should we try shot for your life?
How,
'Cause this
you know how hard it is to win back-to-back college championships? You realize how hard that is?
All right.
Zoe, we are being totally disrespectful just to get you agitated.
There can only be one GOAT. Zoe or no?
Oh, one goat or many goats? There can only be one goat. Zoe or no?
Depending on the era.
So no.
So no.
Right.
No is the correct
because
answer.
there could be multiple.
No.
Because, Dawn Staley said
There
Caitlin
can be
Clark,
multiple.
she's one of the GOATs, but you can't be one of the GOATs. You have to either be the GOAT or you're something else.
All right, he said multiple goats.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay, well, I think it can be depending on the era. Like the era of the Bill Russell and the Boston Celtics era, there was Bill Russell. He was the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Back then.
Yeah.
He's right.
With 11 championships.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Then you got the era of Michael and how he dominated. I mean, come on, man. So yeah.
No. Do you have any more? Do you have any
I
more?
do, I
Because
do.
you've agitated the man, and
I'm not trying to.
But I've
I
told you before. Look, this
I'm not hesitating.
all right. In the history
I
of
have
the
a few more, though.
in the history of the Miami Heat, there have rarely been people more intimidating than
Right.
this man. We will get to your more Zoe or no questions, but I want to know if Zoe and Udonis Haslam, universally respected and feared, can we go back to the conflicts in practice, and can you tell me a story where you and Udonis were rabid with each other as two of the most intimidating people in the history of the franchise?
No. I can't even think that far back, to tell you the truth. I'm sorry.
That's a no, Dan.
I think Udonis and I share in the responsibilities of being the bad guy during our times with the Heat. So I think we share in those responsibilities.
That's part of leading, right?
Yes, for sure.
Would you punch
For
Paul
sure.
Pierce if you saw him at the grocery store?
Good question.
You know what? My violent days are over with, man. Those days are over with.
But it's Pierce.
I'm a
I mean-
lover, not a fighter, right?
Right.
Yeah. My fighting days are over with.
Alonzo Mourning is the best center in Heat history. Zoe or no?
So
Alonzo Mourning.
Yes.
Alonzo Mourning is the greatest center in Georgetown history. Zoe or no?
well, no, because Patrick won a championship there.
Wow, look at
The ring
that.
thing.
Look at that. Billy, that's disrespectful what you just did there. Who are you saying? You're saying Shaq? You're saying Shaquille O'Neal?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just
Okay,
here.
well, it
yeah.
seems
Man,
like
you
you're
can
saying
bring me,
something.
yeah, you know what I mean?
So Vince Carter, I'm curious here. I don't know if this has come across your computer or not, but Vince Carter was elected to the Hall of Fame, and he says he dunked over you in 2005, and he told the guys at All the Smoke that you did not talk to him for 6 or 7 years after that dunk because Nike used a clip of it in a commercial without your permission. Is that true or untrue?
It's not true at all. I mean, I don't know why he would sensationalize that at all.
Don't show the
but
dunk.
that's not true. I mean, it was an incredible.
Damn it.
Listen, it was an incredible dunk. It really was. But I will tell you this: not one time do people show all the times that I blocked the shot.
Can you guys?
That's right, so be a lame commercial.
Can you guys please find for me the footage, put it in the corner of the screen, of all the times Alonzo Mourning blocked Vince Carter's shot? How many
Really
times?
easy task for video, Dan.
How many times was it? So Zoe is asking for it. It's different than when Samson does
That's
it.
true.
It was a whole lot more than when he dunked on me. It was a lot more than when he dunked on me. Trust me.
Zoe, do you have a favorite dunk a favorite block of all time? Because I felt like you prided yourself on being Defensive Player of the Year even more than you did.
All the blocks that I had in the 2006 NBA Finals game, Game 6.
Mm-hmm.
All the blocks that I had were my favorite blocks. All of those.
You were a crazy person in that series. You were a lunatic. I wouldn't have wanted to put anyone near you for the 14 minutes a game that you were fire hosing all over the court.
Hey man, I was like a shark in bloody water, man. I could smell victory, you know. So I wanted to be a part of history and win a championship for this franchise. So I did whatever humanly possible I could do out there on the court to try to help us cross the finish line. And I was given that opportunity by Pat Riley.
I would argue that it is, and I don't have any others for reference here, but outside of Magic Johnson in a final when he was replacing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at center, it is the greatest performance I have ever seen from a backup center.
The 14 minutes, 5 blocks?
He shouldn't have even been playing behind Shaq.
It was outrageous.
So the only reason they kept playing Shaq in that series is because Avery Johnson wouldn't stop doubling him. Otherwise, they would have had Zoe out there for 34 minutes a game. In fact, during that series, Zoe, were you guys all laughing? Why is he still doubling Shaq? How does he not know that you have to stop Wade here?
Yeah. Well, you know what? The game plan didn't work. You know, our supporting cast came in and contributed extremely well. Posey, Jay Will, you know, Antoine, I mean, GP, all of us, you know, we came in and contributed. It was a team effort. And it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch it all come together at the right time for us, you know. So I'm very proud to have been a part of that team.
Zo, do you miss that NBA, like back in the 90s, 80s, early 2000s, where centers, you know, they were playing? You do, right?
I do, you know. But listen, you know, I give –
Get it out of here, MJ.
Oh, MJ, you're blocking MJ there. Oh, look, now we're playing on the screen. No, now we're playing the good stuff on the screen. How many times did he get MJ? How many times did you block MJ clean?
Yeah, I got MJ a couple of times, you know, but he dunked on me as well, you know. So listen, if you're a shot blocker, you're gonna get dunked on.
Ooh, supreme box, brother. But by the way, top 5 boxes in the game when you play for Charlotte. Oh my goodness, box game was on point.
So to my point, you know, Adam Silver has done an incredible job. He really has, of growing this game globally, and you know, really helping to develop the young generation from a skill perspective. You know, now you got the younger generation coming into this league, and they're so highly skilled. More importantly, the international players, you know, they're coming in extremely skilled. You know, because the game has evolved so much from an inside game or back to the basket game to more of a perimeter-oriented game. So now you got to really be able to handle the ball and really stick shots from the outside.
Can you give me a name, Zoe, that all these years later, you say you're a lover, not a fighter, you can't go back rummaging around in the nostalgia bin, but give me a name of a guy that the wars were so fierce with that even if you saw him now at like the Hall of Fame cocktail party, you're like, I don't want to talk to that dude. I got no interest in. I'm
not punch him, just don't talk to him.
I'm still mad about everything that happened. I don't like it, and I just don't want to talk to that person.
Hey, but you know what, Dan? I mean, I would make myself sick if I held on to any type of animosity or anything like that. I don't. I haven't. No. I've let all that stuff go, you know, and I look at everybody that I competed against, you know. At that time, I looked at them as adversaries, you know, but now it's been a blessing to have been a part of that era, because I grew as a person. I really did. I grew as a person, and I think I'm so much better because of it. And I appreciate the game even more, because now I look how the game is being played now. Look how it was being played back then, and it was a lot tougher back then. It really was. It was hard to even, but against certain teams, it was hard to even score, 85, 90 points, because of the level of physicality and the defense that was being played, So it's definitely a different era and a different game.
I will tell the audience again that Zoe lives in service of really wonderful causes in South Florida and has for 30 years. Had a festival of basketball celebrity down here at the time that he was making the Miami Heat what they are today, before Shaq got here and before any of the stuff that ended up blowing up in Miami. OvertownYouth.org is where you go if you want to be a part of our audience that just simply helps Zoe right now, because I'm promising you that the money and the effort goes into a really soulful place. But I am done.
Well, Dan, more importantly, you're helping young people, because all of our services that we provide, we don't charge the families in the inner city. We don't charge them one dime. So when they come through those doors, we provide all of our services, whether it be in school, after school, summer programming, our technology centers, our dance studio, our mental health and wellness, all of those services are free. We go out and raise the money. So all the money that's given helps us sustain the work that we're doing and continually growing and impacting the community in a positive way.
And in the name of serving the people that you are serving, I will tell the audience again, OvertownYouth.org is a worthy cause for the things that Zoe believes in. But I am officially done with the buttering up, and now what I need from you is content that gets out into the masses. So this is what I want to do, Zoe. I am granting your request. You have finally asked that we show the time that you blocked Vince Carter. So now you go ahead and tell Vince Carter what you want to tell him as you throw it to this video, and then do play-by-play. You tell Vince Carter, why are you running around telling us that I haven't talked to you for 6 or 7 years about the time that you dunked on me? Go ahead. The floor.
But Dan, what am I going to get out of that? What am I getting out of that, man? He knows.
Clicks.
He already knows.
You're getting us clicks. You're not getting any. Well, you're getting.
You get nothing.
No, he's getting.
Dan will donate $10,000
You get promotion.
He's
to
getting.
charity
He's
if
getting
you
money to
$20,000.
OvertownYouth.org.
$20,000 on Dan.
That's what
if
he
you
is
do
getting.
$30,000.
Billy is willing to put his salary, a percentage of his salary. Well, then why would you do it to me? Yeah, why would you do it to me then? Yes, of course, no.
Your salary is more.
I'll be charitable when I want to be, not when I'm bullied on air by you to be charitable. So you don't want to throw it to this video? Would you just like to watch it with us? Enjoy it with us?
I mean, you can give the commentary, Dan. You're pretty good at that.
I get a commentary. Go ahead.
All right.
Roll it.
Vince,
All right.
Vince Carter comes in on the guard. Get the out of here.
Yeah.
Alonzo Mourning smacks it into the next
help
century.
side.
He tells that dinosaur wearing person on the chest, get it out of here. Don't bring it back.
Peeing in the pool, Zoe or no?
Oh, man. Hey, Zoe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All day long.
Yeah.
Just all day long.
So definitely in the
pool.
shower, correct? Zoe or no? Right? Shower? Shower?
All day long.
Shower?
Oh, man.
Shower?
Let's play for Zoe here very quickly. Just people are wondering, in this famous GIF, I don't know when you've seen it, how you've seen it. Please tell us what you're thinking here. Do you remember what you were thinking on the bench, shaking your head, but then something dawned on you that you realized, well, it's not all that bad. What happened there?
No.
Listen, do you see the score? Do you see the score?
Yeah.
Yes.
You were down by 30 at home.
Yeah,
All
but
right, you see why I was shaking. That's why I was shaking my head. Okay.
but what?
At least I still got
And
the
then
condo
the
in
look
Miami.
of this was the first game. This was ring night. That was ring night, I think. The first game of the season. Remember when they blew us out?
Oh, that's
Chicago
right.
came in here
Yes.
and blew us out.
Yes.
So you got your rings
Yeah,
and the Bulls
so
are blowing
that
you
was-
out at
that
home
was-
by 30,
Oh,
right?
so you're legitimately thinking there, yeah, we lost by 30, but we did get our rings tonight from the season before. So
Yeah, we got-
So thank you, buddy. Thank you for being on with us. Appreciate the work you do.
Oh, man. Thank you, Dan. Thanks for having me on, fellas. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Zoe. If you're Zoe, you have to pee in the deepest parts of the pool because if you're in the shallow end, you're just peeing.
Great point.
Thank you.
An excellent one. I can't dispute anything that's been said there. It's among the truest things Stugotz has ever said. Juju and David Sampson, though, think pretty strongly that most of the people here are disgusting.
Absolutely. Oh, my God. I could not believe my eyes when I love my brother Jeremy Taché.
Yeah, I'm glad we're bringing this back.
I could not believe my eyes when I saw him with his finger in his mouth in the public vicinity, let alone, I haven't put my finger in my mouth since, I don't know, I was in Boy Scouts when I was little, but that's the most disgusting thing possible, but salute to my brother, I love you.
Someone came up to me in Cleveland and was like, did you see what Jeremy did? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I looked and I felt bad.
Felt bad?
Yeah, no
For
one likes
whom?
to get, well, I felt bad for all of us for having to watch that, but I felt bad for Jeremy. It's never fun. He I don't know.
What happened? I missed this.
Oh, wait a minute.
Long story short.
All right, no, hold on. Excellent executive producing there, Billy, speaking on both behalf of the audience and just your general ignorance of not listening to the show when you're not around. We have video at the Miami Heat game, or I'm sorry, we have visual stills of in the background while Jimmy Butler is shooting, Emmy award-winning broadcaster who put the in Emmy.
Oh, hey, yo.
He is in the background with a finger in his mouth because he is finishing some salt and vinegar chips. And it has been alleged correctly that those Stugotz fat fingers, that's like the fourth or the third one that he's putting in his mouth because he's finishing up his general amount of disgusting. And David Sampson and Juju were vastly more mortified by this than the rest of us.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, my, I cannot fathom doing this ever at any point in my life. I love my brother Jeremy Taché, but he was like, he gripping it with his teeth and everything. He getting in there like on them guys. Like, wow.
Juju, I had the same amount of disgust when it came to Jeremy getting the grit of the chip off his finger with his teeth. And I was telling the people that I eat my ribs with a fork and a knife. And I know you eat.
For sure.
Right.
And I'm the crazy person.
Nah,
I'm
bro.
the one who.
How many hands
That's
did you shake?
crazy.
How many hands did you shake there?
Fist bumps around the arena.
Oh,
Tony,
please.
I keep my hands clean. I wash my hands throughout the game. It's not like this is the first time.
You wash your hands throughout the game?
Yeah, after I
call
use the bathroom.
bullshit.
Absolutely. I wash my hands right before
Chickens
eating.
come out.
I support all things Tony, but if you're eating ribs with a fork and a knife, you're not eating ribs.
That's what I'm saying.
You put those things in your hands, that's what you do.
No, see,
Yep.
here's the thing. If you're eating the ribs that fall off the bone, you can just take a fork and just take them right off the bone like that.
If you hate yourself.
I hate myself. No, I love myself, which is I don't want barbecue underneath my fingernails.
Basically, get y'all rib game up because the ones
Exactly
we eat,
right.
you can cut them and
Exactly
it's
right.
delicious.
It doesn't
Exactly
matter
right.
if
Kind
you
of ribs
can
y'all
cut
up
them, it's
too.
if you should cut them.
It sounds stiff though. The ribs y'all eat.
Very
It
stiff.
sounds too stiff. How we getting them fall off the bone, guys? No, did they?
No, that's how you do it. Then you lick your fingers. I'm with Jeremy on this. Like, if you're a media member, you got to do what you got to do. That's all that's available to them. Bob Ryan does it. I'm certain
man.
Greg Cody has done it. I am certain Edwin Pope did it back in the day. I am telling you, if you're a media member that covers games for a living, you're licking your fingers.
Stu, but is the media the group of people that we want as the variable to see cleanliness?
That is a good point. Put it on the poll, please, Juju.
Media members are disgusting.
If you're eating ribs with a fork and knife, are you really eating ribs? And also, are media members disgusting? Just because Tone is getting aggressive there. I don't think that he's wrong. I don't think you want to be living your life. Also put this on the poll. Do you wish to be living your life with the hygiene of a media member? No. Thank you, Billy. You were very disruptive with that Liam Neeson with Alonzo Mourning. He was very confused by everything that was happening.
Can I come clean on something and admit something that I said to Tony during the interview? But I know it wouldn't have gone well at all. And I know you would have gotten very mad had I done this, Dan, and you would have pointed it out immediately and made things more awkward. I wanted to hit him with a get off my plane so bad. I almost did it. I was really close to doing it, but the subject matter was such that we're talking about children and charity, and I had done the no so many times, and I go, if I do it's on the screen right here. It's right here.
Can you play it there?
It's there, and I had it low enough that it could kind of just sneak on by. But the thing is that he was having difficulty hearing beforehand. We knew that, so I thought I could get away with it. But I knew that if I did it and I got away with it, it would be pointed out, and then we'd have an awkward interaction. And then there'd be a whole
I wanted it.
charitable
I'll tell you.
thing,
Look. I believe over the many years that we've been doing this, the audience has the same sort of ear for things that we do, and as attention spans have gotten shorter and shorter. 8 minutes on charity is about 7 minutes and 45 seconds too long for our audience, because it doesn't matter how good the work you're doing. Entertain me, clown. Make me a bicycle. So I wanted to hit him with it 8 minutes earlier, but we couldn't because of what the subject matter was.
I was afraid to do it.
Salute to Zoe Summer Groove.
No, exactly right. Yeah, no, he's doing great work, and you guys should go donate to whatever it was.
This is
here's the thing.
But wait a minute, because now we're doing this now that he's gone, and you've been doing it with Liam Neeson, and this is this is going to now come back to me. No. Now that we've done the interview, hey, did you hear Le Batard was Zoe after he left?
Wow.
Oh, no one did that. No one did that.
Not true.
Jeez.
Hit a no for me.
For being long,
Wow.
for being
No,
long-winded.
you did. I didn't do it. I wanted to do it not so much because I thought he was being long. It's kind of like sometimes, Juju mentioned Boy Scouts. It's kind of like sometimes you look and you're like, I bet I could jump over that fire. And there's no real reason to jump over a campfire, right? Other than to see if you could do it and get away with jumping over a fire. Yeah. That's what I was thinking with the Zoe thing. Like, can I play this sound and get away with it? Could this be my fire that I jump over? But I didn't do it.
Put it on the poll, please, Juju. Is there any real reason ever to jump over a campfire?
There's never a reason on earth to jump over a campfire.
But you do it all the time.
Sometimes, yeah.
You do it all the time. You don't do it sometimes.
Oh, me?
You're always...
No, I've never.
Billy, around here, all you're doing is burning your nads with the campfire.
Falsehoods. Did you see, speaking of burning nads, did you guys see that there was a Mexican news station that actually fell for that clip that was going around the internet of the eclipse? Dan, I don't know if you caught on to this. There's a clip going around, people saying it was the eclipse, but it was like a light, and you're looking at the light, and then all of a sudden you just see testicles block the light. And
it was good video.
Yeah.
They tricked me. It was great. It was better than even the Schlereth
well,
thing.
It got
Really?
on a Mexican news station.
We declared Stink the winner of the eclipse, though.
It was done better. Yes, you're watching, you think, hey, that's the sun. That looks suspicious. And then, wait a minute, are those hairs
solar
on
flares?
balls?
What are those things? No,
great.
pubes.
No.
Cojones.
I feel like we all fell for that, and we walked away from it saying, you know what, that's wrong, but it's also right. It's something that will make children laugh since we were 6 years old.
Well,
and yep, those are
keep the children out
testicles.
of that.
No, it's...
It was also a thing when you saw it, and you're like, you know what? Remember also like that big telescope? You guys remember this? We're talking about space and all that. And we look at it and it's like, oh my God, look, this is like the whatever was called.
Bad
Webb
judgment.
telescope?
Bad judgment.
Yeah, the
Lewis
Webb
is
telescope.
bad
Thank you.
judgment. Lewis is now.
No,
telescope.
Lewis, we're not showing the
I
testicles.
have the video
Nope.
if you
We're
want.
I
not
haven't seen it yet,
doing
though.
it.
I'd be interested to
Absolutely
see it if we can see it.
Do not
You and
play
Lewis
this.
can
Do
show
this.
each other
Do
your
not
testicles
play
on your
this.
own
Whoa!
time. We're not doing that here
I'd like
on
to
the
see
air.
who beat Stink. I mean,
Nope.
No, on your own time.
Stink will be the pubic public winner, and that's it. It's over. Lucy, I am very bothered by the fact that your emotional state has made you so you've been sulking in the corner of the show all day today.
I don't know what you want me to do about that, Dan. I'm sad. Let me be sad.
Sulking. I mean, it's mourning. She said mourning. Would
Right.
you go to a funeral and say you're sulking over there?
Yeah.
Your grandfather just
you're
died?
mourning.
No.
Alonzo
Weeks.
Mourning.
I got 2 weeks. Give me my time. Let me grieve. I don't have therapy till Thursday, so what am I supposed to do now? Process my emotions? No, thank you.
I think Jeremy's got this right when he says she's in Alonzo Mourning. It's not just that she was sad, but then she got even sadder talking to Alonzo Mourning for 8 minutes too long about charity because she wanted the show to speed up.
I was just doodling. I
Dan
honestly
said that.
enjoyed the
No,
time.
I didn't. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it on your behalf because I know it's
On my behalf.
You keep
On
saying
my
it and
behalf.
attaching our
Please.
names to this.
the deep end has to be at least 5 feet, right? I mean,
I had a question.
so.
NBA players, when they have these huge houses, do they make the pool deeper so that they can feel
that's what I'm thinking.
deeper too? Like instead of like
Right.
a 6 foot or 7 foot end of the pool, maybe there's just like 10 feet, 11 feet.
How tall are your guys' shower heads? because like when I moved into my house, I had to like do things and we fixed the bathroom. And the guy that was there, he's like, "You're kind of tall. I can really lift up this shower head." And it's like way up there. It's like touching the ceiling, but it's on one of those things and it's great. But still, just because of every shower ever that I take, I still like kind of do it like with a hunched neck over the thing. It's incredible. But it also throws off the trajectory where now like hits the back wall and then it splashes on the floor. It's like a whole thing.
Tony brings up a good point. Put it on the poll, please, at LeBatard Show. Do NBA players get deeper pools than your average shallow end? Because I did see one of those terrible, I think it was it a General commercial? One of those Shaq commercials where he's in the shower and the shower head is by his chin. Because there is no shower.
Probably not his shower, though. I mean,
I think that was Kazam.
But I'm just saying, anywhere you film that, you have to make a special shower for Shaq. Most of them are not going to fit. They didn't even bother with that General commercial. They're just like, go in there and sing. I think that's what it was for. And the shower head is going to be very low.
Salute to the General. But you think that's Shaq's insurance?
What are you doing there?
I'm just asking
it's a fair question.
What if he gets free insurance from them?
What'd you say?
Free insurance for life from the General.
I'm just
put it on the poll. Is that Shaq's insurance? Because
a fender bender. You think he takes out a card as a cartoon of an army man? I don't. Think
General.
So.
He's a general.
But what Tony brings up is an interesting
Salute
point.
to them, though. By the way,
You're
come on,
like,
sponsor
if
us.
you're Aaron Rodgers and you're doing State Farm commercials, is part of the contract that you get a bunch of free State Farm.
Huh?
Why not? Be part of my contract.
Wouldn't you think? I would. I don't know. So I would say
this is really a question about the General more so than State Farm, though.
I understand, but what Tony is saying is Shaq just saying, "Well, you want to give me some extra insurance?" It might not be his only insurance, but why would he not take
backup insurance?
That insurance also,
like Alonzo Mourning was.
That seems like a dangerous game because then both insurances probably say, "No, I'm not paying for this." If you have multiple insurances, right?
I am in a pool that is now too deep. And I'm pissing myself. I'm pissing myself. I don't have an answer to your insurance questions. I'm still waiting for our producers to find me an answer by just simply calling our sponsor to find out whether more people bet on women than men. So now you're asking me to have insurance game I don't have, Billy. Thank you for executive producing the way that you do.
I have an answer on that front, too, by the way.
Wow.
Stay tuned. The next segment, we're going to get to it. You dig me?
You did some reporting, Juju?
I got some reporting. Remember, I'm in contact with the people from Thursday Thunder, and I had some people up, and they had some answers.
That you're talking to the General.
Also, salute to the women's national soccer team. We didn't mention that, by the way.
Thank you, Juju. I want to just marvel for a second how bad Lewis's judgment is when he says, "I've got that video of the hairy testicles if you want it."